louder? Alright, we might. You know, good drink with Miller. That was me. I think I've broken the iPod. Alright. I'm knackered. It's a go. Oh! What's up? I'm going to sit down because frankly, I don't go to the gym and start going to the gym. Anyway, questions, anybody? Hello. Yeah.
What tips and simple tricks would you give to beginner drummers or people who want to become drummers?
Awesome, good question. So the question was about what's good tips for beginner players, right? Well, the truth about drums is that there's two jobs that you have. One is to keep time solidly, and the second is to make sure you look cool when you do it, right? And now, if you want to sound nice, play another instrument, right? Piano sounds nice, guitar sounds lovely. Drums are just about staying in time and looking cool. So, with the first thing in mind, oh God.
Do you want an oxygen tent?
Yeah, I should have that. I just nipped to the JR. So, in terms of staying in time, a really good thing to do is to make sure right from when you very start, you practice playing with a metronome. So, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. Just put it on a click track and making sure you can lock in one tempo. What a lot of beginner drummers tend to do is practice kind of sporadically. And what I mean by that is they start at one tempo, and then a couple of bars later, they're twice that speed, and they're down and they're up and they're all over the place. It kind of sounds like this. Let me play you a little bit. So obviously a lot of dudes at the beginning might practice like this. They might go. And you can hear it kind of is all over the place. So for anybody that's beginning drums, the most important thing is to make sure that what you're practicing stays at one tempo. Of course, it's fine to play for a while, stop, up the tempo, change the tempo, but it's important to really get good at sticking on the click. It's the most important thing. And the second thing is to make sure that when you're playing, always try and either practice in front of a mirror, which is really important so you can see what you look like from out front, or alternatively, try and make sure that you record yourself. I mean, like, you kids have got it easy. I mean, like, you got like iPhones now that can record like 4K video, and it's like in a little thing in your pocket. It's mad, right? So make use of that. Anytime you practice, stick a camera on you, and then do the tough bit, which is watching it back. So I don't know if any of you guys do that. Like, you ever get it when you watch back a practice or something, and you're like, oh, this is rocking. And you watch it back and you're like, oh God, let's put this in the trash. Oh God. Then it happens. But at least you know what the reality of it is. So it's not like you're just playing and kidding yourself that it was awesome. You watch back and you decide whether it is later. So 2 things, like I say, when you're starting out, play with the click. Get really good at playing with the click. Or play with songs, stuff with the drum machine. And secondly, try and practice in front of a mirror or in front of a camera and watch yourself back, because people hear with their eyes. It's like, people don't just listen to musicians, they look at you first. Whenever you guys go to a gig, you go in there, of course, to hear the songs, but you go there to see it as well. Like, the visual aspect is a really important part. And that's why I smack 7 kinds out of the kit and play with my arms over my head and play a shiny drum kit and stuff. It's because you know that people are watching. So a visual aspect is also really, really important. So yeah, clicks and look cool. Really important. Anyway, anybody else? At the back! Oh God. Nothing on a Thursday, right? Thursday, I don't know. There's, if you want to see horrible stuff, right? Like nasty, difficult stuff. Yeah. But it ain't happening today. But if you go and search me, if you Google me, or look on YouTube, there's a video of me playing a Venetian snares track, the craziest drum programmer, at 200 and something BPM with a blindfold on. So that's pretty distasteful, right? As far as the scale of 1 to tasteful goes, it's like offensively distasteful, right? Leave a nice comment if you do. I haven't looked at the comments in years, but apparently they're alright, but... do it. Go and leave a comment and be like, this guy sucks, right? Don't know what he's talking about. He's giving out advice. He drives a Honda Jazz and wears clothes from Primark. Who's he to give advice? But yeah, like, that's probably some crazy stuff. I'll do a little bit of techie stuff if you want.
Yeah,
go on, Mike. Why don't you just say no? Be like, no, Mike, it's fine. I can see you're tired out today.
never mind.
You sod.
Alright, techie.
years left now, right? I'm going to die today, right?
Thank you, by the way.
You're welcome. I hope one of you can drive me to A&E in about 20 minutes. All right, sweet. Who's next up? No questions? Ah, one's the questions.
I wanted to choose DW.
Ah, good question. I'll be honest, because why not? It's like, there's no good reason to play certain brands of gear. Like, all gear is the same. And that's not just in terms of drums, it's in terms of guitars and recording gear and God knows what. The thing about gear is that it's just a luxury, right? So, playing like some steel DW kit, it's like having a Lamborghini, right? It doesn't like, it's still gets used in the same place, it does the same thing. It just looks a bit flashier. Honestly though, I'll play any gear, right? Like, the kit I normally use if I'm just going out doing a little gig is a Pearl Export. And that thing sounds insane. That's so good, so good. No, I shouldn't say that in front of this. But, like, honestly, gear is so unimportant. You know, like, the thing that people remember from seeing a gig isn't what the drums were. They remember who was playing them, you know? And a good player on a terrible kit will always sound better than a terrible player on the best drums in the world. You know, so I play these Mr. Flashy. It's like a luxury, you know? I've been playing for so long, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna buy myself a Lamborghini, because I can't actually buy myself a Lamborghini, so I buy this instead. But, you know, it's just fun. That's all it is. It's like a midlife crisis toy. Think about that. Most people that play DWs, they've ditched their wife, right? They've left them with a kid, they bought a Porsche, they bought a DW, right? That's the main reason people play this stuff. Almost they're making up for something. So, the deal is that they're just there to be flashy. I mean, the reason I've got this, right? These things are steel shells. This thing was so expensive, oh God. I mean, oh Jesus. It cost more than my old car and my new car combined. It was too much, but it's shiny. So, there's that balance, you know, but kids, how much? You don't want to know. You don't want to know. Go and Google it. If somebody do a Google DW stainless steel kit, and you'll go, oh! But, yeah, it's like gear's not important. I play DW because it sounds nice, but honestly, I'm just as happy with a Pearl Export. You know? I'm just happy playing that. Is that the kit I was playing the other week here?
Yeah, that's it.
It's probably in pieces now, I apologise. But this is fine.
$7,000. Fucking hell, mate.
Yeah, that was the kick in the tires. That wasn't the snare and the cymbals as well. I've only got one kit me though, which I sold. eBay's an amazing place to sell body parts if you need to, or just to shift a bit of stuff. Anyway, but yeah, gear doesn't matter. It's just a luxury. It's just there because it looks nice, and it's nice to have. But honestly, if you know what you're doing, you can make a Pearl Export sound good. Bryce yesterday got a, what is it?
PDP.
PDP thing, right? This is like, it's like the Chinese version of a DW, right?
Yeah.
I'm not kidding, that thing sounds exactly the same as a DW. And it's what, like, a fifth of the price?
800.
Like that. Like, honestly, it's like, gear isn't that important. If you hit things well, and your hitting's good, the gear kind of looks after itself, really. That's all there is to it. How about any more questions? Oh, hello!
Have you ever played? Do you ever play jazz? Do you ever play any jazz drumming?
Any jazz? Now, I should have a disclaimer here, okay? The views I present about jazz are my own and not that of the fine city of Oxford College. I really hate jazz. Oh, there were some boos. Oh! Oh, I'm hearing boo. Now, disclaimer, right? I did used to be into jazz. Everybody's been through tough times in their life. Amy Winehouse went to rehab, I went to the Berklee College of Music and studied jazz, right? It was a tough time for everybody there, right? The thing I don't like about jazz is that it forgets one really important thing, which is it's fun to play. I won't lie, like, being able to like, go out, improvise, play whatever you like, and have loads of fun, without any rehearsals. Who doesn't want that? It's awesome. The only problem is, it's not very good for people to listen to. You know, jazz is much better to play than it is to hear. And I think you notice that especially with jazz musicians, they're always telling you to go to their gig. They never go to any of them themselves, you know, it's one of these things that jazz is really fun to play, and I love it. And I said I was at Berkeley for a while, doing a jazz course over there, and a scholarship over there for a while. And you know, I went down the jazz hole as far as it goes. But the thing I came to is that you've got to put the audience first. You've got to put what the audience want first. And usually that means playing radio-friendly stuff. You know, as much as I mean, one of my favourite records is Now He Sings, Now He Sobs, the Chick Corea album, right? Which is, you guys know that? No. One person does, right? That album's mad. I mean, that's insane. Like, it's got Windows on it, that tune. Oh my God. Like, I can listen to that all day long. But the thing is, I know that, although I like that stuff, and some of you guys here do as well, I know that most audiences don't. This is why you see, like, Reading Rock Festival that has 50,000 people there. You never see a jazz festival with more than about 500 people there. Cheltenham do a thing every year. Have you guys been to the Cheltenham Jazz Festival?
There's one at Bracknell as well.
Oh, Bracknell as well. And I go to that Cheltenham Fest thing every year. And it's cool. Like, I'll go and geek out for a few hours on some crazy unlistenable jazz. Like the most offensive, disgusting